Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I am Nidhi Taneja. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Wednesday, the 26th of October. India and New Zealand signed 3 agreements to enhance cooperation. At least 36 civilians shot dead by militants in Afghanistan. And preparations in full swing in India for Festival of Lights. And now for all the details. At least 11 civilians were injured and several houses were damaged during the ceasefire violation by Pakistan in Araspura sector of India's northern Jammu and Kashmir on Wednesday. A heavy exchange of gunfire was on for almost a day.
Eleven civilians were injured in mortar shelling by Pakistani troops in Araspura sector of India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province on Wednesday. Locals said the Pakistani army was resorting to continuous shelling, targeting the residential areas. According to media reports, a soldier was also injured in the gun battle. Meanwhile, the administration evacuated villagers from the sector after 7 persons were injured in the cross-border firing on Tuesday. Multiple ceasefire violations by Pakistani troops have been reported along the international border and the line of control after India announced to have carried surgical strikes on September 29.
More news from India. New Zealand's Prime Minister John Key, who's on a 3-day visit to India, held bilateral talks with Indian counterpart Narendra Modi. Both the countries have agreed to strengthen security, intelligence cooperation against terror and radicalization, including in the sphere of cyber security, in a bid to bolster ties to the next level.
New Zealand Prime Minister John Key on Wednesday met his Indian counterpart Narendra Modi to deepen bilateral ties between the two nations. Key's visit to India becomes significant as Prime Minister Modi has been campaigning to join the 48-nation nuclear suppliers group. New Zealand was one of the few nations which resisted India's admission at NSG's plenary meeting in Seoul in June. Key said that his country will contribute constructively to consider India's membership of the NSG with fellow members.
I acknowledge the importance to India of it joining the NSG. I also stated that New Zealand would continue to contribute constructively to the process currently underway in the NSG to consider India's membership. New Zealand is committed to working with the NSG members to reach a decision and as soon as possible.
Both the leaders also witnessed the exchange of 6 agreements which include double taxation avoidance, food security and sports to carry forward the ties between the two sides.
We both recognize the need for greater economic engagement in order to effectively respond to the growing uncertainties in global economy, and agreed that expanding business and commercial ties should continue to be one of the priority items of our partnership.
Key is scheduled to visit southern Kochi city on October 27 to take a short tour of the new Kochi International Airport and see the work undertaken by the New Zealand company.
United States has reiterated support to India in its bid for a permanent membership in the United Nations Security Council. An official posted in India gave the assurance.
Said repeatedly and publicly that we fully support India having a seat on the Security Council in a reformed UN system. And so the United States fully supports that. The difficulty is the United States doesn't control the UN. We're one voice. It works on consensus and politics. But we're supporting India in its efforts to achieve that goal.
Hall's statement came during his address to students in India's northeastern city of Agartala in Tripura province. India faces stiff resistance from China, one of the 5 permanent members for the seat in the Security Council. The UN Security Council has since the body's inception had 5 permanent members with the power to veto resolutions. It has, however, been criticized for not reflecting global 21st century power.
Life has been miserable for the people of southwestern Balochistan province with the ongoing human rights violations by Pakistan. Baloch people are deprived of their basic rights even as they struggle to live a normal life.
Pro-freedom Baloch activists across the globe continue to highlight the atrocities meted by Pakistani establishment on their people in the southwestern Balochistan province. Home to over 13 million people and the largest province in Pakistan, Balochistan province is least developed and neglected. Those who raise their voices against the inhuman treatment by the federal authorities are subjected to killing, torture and abduction.
The world must open their eyes what's happening in Balochistan. Last year, 2015, it was 463 people kidnapped by the Pakistani army against their will and taken away. It was just during 2 weeks in December, 40 women and 28 children kidnapped by the army.
The $51.5 billion economic pact has been projected as a major boost for the economy by the Pakistan government. But locals in Balochistan say they have not benefited a bit from the CPEC.
It's a slowly genocide taking place in Balochistan and that must be raised and it must be heard all over the world. But I think that it will only come to the table of the international governments when ordinary people take the question up.
Resistance has been continuously growing against China's investment in Balochistan, which locals allege is just a means to exploit their resources.
At least 36 Afghan civilians were shot dead in the western province of Ghor, authorities confirmed on Wednesday. The victims were reportedly kidnapped by militants after security forces repelled an attack in the outskirts of provincial capital of Firozkoh Tuesday night. Women and children are also said to be among those killed. No group has claimed responsibility yet, but local officials have blamed militants affiliated to the Islamic State outfit for the killings. The Hindu festival of Dhanteras, in which people buy precious metals, is round the corner. To cope with the rush, a jewellery firm in India has opened a gold dispensing ATM.
An Indian jewellery firm in southern city of Bengaluru has installed a gold dispensing automated teller machine or ATM where a customer can deposit the sum and get a coin of its value from the machine. This has been done in keeping with the upcoming Hindu festival of Dhanteras, where devotees buy precious metals in the belief it would invoke prosperity. The machine can be operated by anyone familiar to the normal ATM. It gives a customer option to pay amount by cash or by card.
It's very simple and easy for the convenience and as well. For buying a gold coin or anything, it really saves your time and as well as no need to go to the long way to the store and buy a simple coin. It's just on your fingertips and you simply go wherever it is, it's very easily.
Along with coins, machine also dispenses a certificate of purity and genuineness. Riding on the ATM success in Bengaluru, the firm is also planning to install machines in other cities. India will celebrate Dhanteras on October 28 when jewelers in the country register the highest gold sales in a year.
Diwali, the Hindu festival of lights, will be celebrated this weekend and people across India are busy preparing for the occasion.
Markets across India are flooded with Diwali items as residents gear up for the festival of lights. Colourful decorative pieces, floral hangings, earthen lamps and pots are up for grabs. The earthen lamps which are used in prayer rituals and for adorning houses are being sold like hotcakes ahead of the festival.
मिट्टी के दिए इसलिए खरीदे जाते हैं क्योंकि इनमें ना एक तो पवित्रता है और भगवान के आगे मिट्टी के दीपक जलाए जाते हैं, इस वजह से वो खरीदा जाता है। ये बहुत पुरानी परंपरा है जो चलती आ रही है और आगे तक चलती रहेगी।
Another imperative purchase made during the festival are the crackers. But this year, shop owners have boycotted Chinese products due to India's growing hostility with Pakistan, which is China's all-weather ally. Diwali is one of the most significant festivals in the Hindu calendar, which is marked by get-together of family and friends, worship of goddess Lakshmi, the symbol of wealth and prosperity, and bursting of crackers to exemplify joy and happiness.
Popularly known as God's own country, India's southern Kerala province is a famous tourist hotspot. Tourists throng to beaches in the province for its pristine beauty and serenity.
India's southern tourist hotspot Kerala is known across the world for its beauteous backwaters, wildlife and serene beaches. Its capital city, Thiruvananthapuram, is home to some of the most visited beaches. Shangumugam Beach, with its long stretch of golden sands, is ideal for a beachside stroll. Gentle breeze with the sound of waves splashing over the sands in the backdrop of a sinking sun gives a soothing feel.
I heard about Kovalam from friends. They said, yeah, you should definitely go there in Kerala, so I went and I'm not disappointed.
Are very pleasant and really I find it changed quite a lot since I came here in 81, but it's still peaceful and very pleasant place. And Kerala on the whole, Kerala is a beautiful place, backwaters and the Kovalam, good place to end the trip.
There are 3 distinct beaches in Kovalam, commonly called the Lighthouse Beach, Hawa Beach or Eve Beach, an active sunbathing spot, and Samudra Beach, which is the local fishermen's area with black boats resting on the beach. The name Kovalam is derived from coconut trees lined up on the seashore, adding to the scenic beauty and serenity of the place.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude the top stories once again. India and New Zealand signed 3 agreements to enhance cooperation. At least 36 civilians shot dead by militants in Afghanistan. And preparations in full swing in India for Festival of Lights. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.